Hello, Prescott Life Church. Pastor Dave here with Pastor
Hey
Steve.
guys.
And Steve, we were just talking about how great Saturday was. Maybe share a little bit about how that
Yeah,
whole thing
what
went.
a cool group of volunteers came Friday afternoon, evening, set all the bags and stuff up, and then Saturday from 9 to noon we had actually about 25 cars stop in, touched around 90 people with free food and a lot of prayer.
Supplies,
Very
just a
cool.
lot of cool stuff going on there. And the cars going by,
Yeah.
they didn't need anything, and it wasn't really their stuff, but they were going, that's awesome that you're doing that. So,
Yeah.
just a fun experience being the church, trying to reach out and help
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of the cars were moved literally to tears because it meant so much to them.
Yeah.
One young couple, both had lost their jobs, their tags were from Oregon, and probably not near family or friends, and they saw that and they were just in tears thinking,
Yeah.
how great.
Yeah, I talked to a lady that was really down on humanity. That was her words. I was really down on humanity, and seeing people doing something like this really encouraged her, and so that was a really just a great opportunity. We're doing it again this Saturday. So for you all that are a part of us, or anybody who might be watching today, we are still collecting items. There'll be the list of the items on a couple of different platforms. The basic canned foods, dry foods, and paper products. We'll need to restock our supplies for this coming Saturday.
Yeah, so good job, Prescott Life Church. I mean, we had a lot of people stop by and drop things off for this.
Yeah.
Some gave donations. They just handed over cash they had in their pockets or wrote checks. I mean,
Yeah, the Anglican church down the street from us on 89 really stepped up and gave us some money. They didn't have the space to do it, but they said, we want to partner up with you too. So that was really cool for them.
There's a verse that we kind of connect to this event, and it says something like, even if you give a cup of water in the Lord's name, there's value.
Right.
And so I feel like what we're doing as a church, they know it's connected to the Lord. It's awesome.
Amen. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay, so back to Sunday. Tell us a little bit about Sunday.
We had a great Sunday service. Hopefully you were able to join us on one of the electronic media. There's a couple of different ways to do it. So it was a good service overall, and I think this Sunday is going to continue. We're in a series of people of faith, and kind of the subtitle, by faith. We're to walk by faith and not by sight. And I think in difficult times we need to press in and touch the Lord. And I think that's true. This is a difficult time. A lot of people are struggling.
Yeah.
And we just did a staff meeting devotion about this. And sometimes when we put our faith and trust in our job or our health or our money, those things fail us. And I think that hit home with walking by faith and not by sight. Because when we look at things, they don't necessarily look that good when we actually, in the human being, flesh. But when we look at it in the spiritual realm, the Lord is going to use these things for great just progress, I think. We're going to see a lot of change. There's lots of things happening, and I'm excited about that. The point, there was a couple of them that kind of hit me, of the 4 points. Number 2, human sight will fail while faith grows. Same kind of concept. And then I love the last one, your faith will be tested. What did you mean, and what were you trying to reach at when you talked about your faith being tested?
Yeah, I mean, if you know the beginning, the middle, and the end, and you have no questions about what's going on, that's not really faith. That's just living a good life. But if you get in those difficult times where you seriously don't have a script for, and you don't know how it's going to turn out, but you do the right thing because it honors the Lord, that's doing it out of faith.
Yeah.
And so some people literally, they write checks out of faith. God, you're going to have to come through, but I want to help that ministry. And that by faith they do that. Or some will have a conversation, hey, we're friends, but I just want to tell you this is, it's a faith thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah.
And I think the ending verse that I wrote down, count it all joy when difficult times come. Boy, that's a hard thing right now because there are a lot of difficulties going on in our community, outside of our community, obviously around the world. So just remember that God uses these points in time to mold us and shape us and cause us to sink into Him even deeper when things don't look right.
Hey, folks, as Christians, we live by faith. And this coming Sunday, I'll give you a little teaser of what's coming up. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. And so read about that. We'll see you Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. Hey, I would like to apologize if you were a YouTube user. It wasn't connecting properly. We launched great with Facebook. We launched good with our webpage, prescottlifechurch.org. But the YouTube came up a little late, and we apologize. So hopefully, it'll come up on time.
Yeah.
If not, no, the other two places
Yeah.
are available.
Yep.
God bless you. Have a great afternoon.